The brand new banishment of the Darklords makes Darklords the best new deck from the box. Let's quickly test this deck against Fortune Ladies. Fortune Ladies opens up with Vision, adding a Fortune Lady Calling. Calling allows him to special summon a Fortune Lady from the deck. Normal summons Past, activates Calling, special summons Water, draw 2 cards. Activate Time Passage to boost up the Past, activate Past to reduce a level. Shokan Every level 7, 2800 attack, 400 times its level will banish a monster we control during every standby phase on their turn. Draw! We're going to activate Ygopro, draw 2 cards by discarding a Darklords. We're going to activate the brand new card, Banishment, to add a contact from our deck to our hand. Activate Nastin to discard a Nastin and a Darklord trap to special summon onto the field. Chain's Powerful Rebirth, going to activate Water to draw 2 cards. We're going to activate Nastin to return the trap to negate the Water. Water not only is negated from drawing 2 cards, but also its level gain effect is negated. Now we're going to follow up with a contact to special summon a Darklord from the grave, activate the Darklord on the field to use the effect of Banishment again to search our deck for a Morning Star. Tribute for Morning Star. Morning Star is going to special summon 2 Darklords from the deck, activate Ygopro to send a Darklord card from the deck to the grave, beat down, plus 600 boost onto both monsters, going to activate to return the trap and negate the Every, reducing Every to 0 attack. Bam! 3600, take out the Water, lethal! That's what Darklords do!
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at him. Let's go.
This card alone adds so much consistency to the deck, it's incredible. Add a Darklord card from your deck to your hand. You could only activate this card once per turn. Not only are you activating it to search for any Darklord card in your deck, but despite it saying you could only activate it once, you're actually going to be activating it twice per turn and on your opponent's turn. You accomplish that through the effect of most of your Darklord monsters. With Ygopro, Nastin, or Tez on the field, you could activate their effect as a quick effect to return your Banishment in the grave back in the deck to use its effect again. So your goal with this deck is going to use Banishment to search, then use Banishment in the grave with one of your Darklords on the field, and then on your opponent's turn, use Banishment again while in the graveyard to return it back to the deck again. The Darklord effect of reusing Banishment from the grave also applies to our Contact and our Sanctified Darklord. Banishment will search, Contact will special summon a Darklord from the graveyard in defense, and Sanctified will negate a monster on the field, and also you gain life equal to its attack. In addition to using these cards from the grave, the Darklords also have additional effects. Ygopro, while in the hand, you could discard itself and another Darklord card to draw 2. This is usually your main target with your Banishment. Banishment, search for Ygopro, discard Ygopro to draw 2 cards. Now moving on to Nastin, Nastin can discard 2 other Darklord cards from your hand to special summon from the hand. And then we have Tez. Tez, while in the hand, could discard itself to protect any Darklord card from being destroyed by battle or card effect. If they activate Treacherous Trap Hole to destroy 2 of your monsters, you could discard Tez to completely negate it. In addition to our main 3 Darklords that allows us to use our spell and traps in the grave, we have Ygopro. This is the only Darklord that can be normal summoned without tributing. On summon, Ygopro will send a Darklord card from the deck to the grave. One of the best targets for this card to send from the deck to the grave will be your Banishment. And then we have the boss monster Morning Star. To summon Morning Star, you're going to tribute 2 monsters. You cannot special summon Morning Star. Per effect monster your opponent controls, you're going to special summon a Darklord from your hand or deck onto the field. While you control another Darklord, your Morning Star cannot be targeted by effects. Also, you could send the top card of your deck to the graveyard equal to the amount of Darklords on the field. Also gain 500 for each Darklord card sent to the graveyard. This is a great way to swarm the field, then use Beatdown. Beatdown gives plus 300 attack per level 5 or higher monster you control in the field, so ideally it's going to give you plus 900 off of a Morning Star. Milling the top card of your deck is also great for dumping your Banishment, Contact, and your Sanctified. Now there's a big downside with all of these Darklords that is relevant to Morning Star. That downside is if you special summon Ygopro, you cannot special summon another Ygopro. The same applies to Nastin and Tez. An ideal normal turn will consist of you drawing 2 cards with Ygopro, reviving it on the field with contact with its 2900 booty, having a Nastin on the field alongside it, and at least one Sanctified in the graveyard. That gives you 2900 defense, 2600 attack, and negate any monster effect your opponent controls, and also gain life equal to its attack. We then finish off the deck with Hey Trunade. This is a completely optional card. This card is great though. Return all set spell and traps in the field back to the hand. Essentially, my main purpose of this deck is to summon Morning Star after a turn 1 combo of getting Sanctified in the grave to negate any cards my opponent controls. Follow up with a Hey Trunade OTK with my Morning Star. On with the gameplay. You fools! Opening up with a Cup of Ace, a Pot of Greed for Sartorius, guaranteed heads. Draw 2 cards, your first 3 coin flips are heads. Follows up with a Neos Fusion, sending a Bacon Seer from the deck to the grave to summon a Brave Neos in the field. Ixchel, draw 2 cards. We're going to use Banishment to now search for Nastin. Nastin special summon onto the field. We're going to use Nastin to copy the contact in the grave that we discarded to special summon Ixchel onto the field. Ixchel, activate, copy the Banishment in the grave to search for our Uko back. Come forth. Uko back, going to send a Darklord card from the deck to the grave, which will be contact. We're going to beat down plus 600 onto both of our monsters. Nastin, swing over the Brave Neos, which is protected by the Neos Fusion. Flips up a Blast Spider, activates the pop itself and our Nastin. We're going to negate. Use the trap on the field by tributing off the Uko back to gain 1400 and negate. Blast Spider number 2, again, going to activate the pop itself and the Nastin. We will use the trap in the grave, though, to negate. 2 times negated. He's going to swing in and summon a Barrel Dragon. He is not done. He's got a 3rd effect to wipe our entire field. We're going to use Ixchel to copy the trap in the grave. Triple negate! 3 negates, 1 turn still takes out our Nastin with the Brave Neos. Ixchel going to activate the effect of contact to special summon Nastin back on the field. Nastin going to copy the spell in the grave to search for our Morning Star. Tribute for Morning Star. Morning Star special summon 2 monsters on the field because our opponent has 2 effect monsters on the field. Mill 3 cards on the top of our deck. Beat down plus 900, activates the effect of Barrel Dragon. Negate the effect of destroying our entire field by using the trap in the grave. Bacon Saver, protect from the attack. Swing over Blast Spider. You fool! Dr. Crowler, we want to assume that this is Ancient Gears, but that does not change anything. You still just want to get Ixchel on the field, draw 2, set up with the traps, negate, fat field, follow up with a Morning Star. Very simple. That's exactly what we're doing right here as we special summon 2 monsters on the field. We're going to use the Banishment to search for a contact. We're going to summon Uka back to send Banishment from the deck back to the grave so we could use the search effect on our opponent's turn to search for a Morning Star. Said double negate, summons a Breaker the Magical Warrior. Breaker the Magical Warrior, what he does is destroys any back row card on the field. He's going to set a Gear Town, activate Breaker to pop the Gear Town, which would summon a Reactor Dragon from the deck. I don't think so. Negate! Flip up the trap, tribute off the Uka back. No effect for you. Get out of here. Now we're going to search for our Morning Star after he sets in his back row. Draw for our turn. Use contact, special summon Uka back onto the field. Uka back is the perfect card to summon with your contact when you're setting up with a Morning Star. Activate the effect of Morning Star. Flips up a Canadia. You fool! Morning Star cannot be targeted by card effects if you control another Darklord card. Uselessly flips down the Nastin as we special summon a Tez. Flip right back up the Nastin. Mill 3 cards. Beat down just like that. Lethal! Whoa, we are going to BM a little bit. We're going to gain life, 6,500. How big can we get? He's going to summon a Kanai from the grave. We are BMing real bad here. 3,500. Can we get bigger? 10,000 life. Yes, we can. 12,700 life. Just like that. Get out of here. He's going first, going to discard Cannon, add an Edge. Edge on summon will equip Cannon, become 2,400 attack, and can attack directly for 1,200, which will also allow him to send a Bacon Seer from the deck to the grave, so we do need to be careful about that. We're going to activate Banishment to search for Ixchel, the main thing you want to focus on. Draw 2, activate Context, special summon, Nastin special summon onto the field by discarding 2 Darklords. We're going to use Ixchel to copy the Banishment to search for an Ukabak. Ukabak on summon, send a Darklord card from the deck to the grave. We're going to send Banishment. Then we're going to use Nastin to copy Banishment to search for the trap, set the trap. Now this right here, this is ideal. A trap on the field with Uka back on the field means you could flip up the trap and tribute your Uka back, and then you could use one of your Darklords to copy that trap again for another negate. You also, in addition to this, want to try to make sure you have a Banishment in the graveyard so you could follow up with Morning Star. Fat field, tons of negates, Morning Star next turn. Swing in onto the edge, sends a Bacon Saver as expected, draws a card from it being sent to the grave, also protecting his monster by battle. Summons a Blast Spider, gonna pop itself to pop our monster. We're gonna use the Darklord Trap. Negate. Tribute the Uka back. Now we're gonna also gain 1400. He swings in to summon a Desperado Barrel Dragon from the hand, activates the Barrel Dragon. We're going to, again, negate the effect, but the trap from the grave, this time being shuffled back in the deck. And if you activate your effect, you do not get to attack with your barrel. Now, because we have the banishment in the grave in the end phase, we're going to use Ygopro to search for our Morning Star. This is ideal. Ygopro, we're going to gain 2000 real quick before we tribute off for our Morning Star. Special summon 2 monsters from the deck. Big beatdown, going to use banishment to search for the trap in case this is not lethal. Morning Star, mill 3 cards from the top of the deck, gain 1500 life. Swing in, negate the Barrel Dragon with the trap card effect in the grave. Go in for lethal, protected from Bacon Saver. Swing in again. Just like that, back to Fortnite! Heavy starter means this must be Metaphys. Double set in the back row, we're gonna Ygopro to discard to draw 2 cards, rip into a Hatronade, return everything set on the field, back to the hand. A face-up dimension does nothing in this scenario right now. We're gonna activate Contact to special summon Ygopro, use Banishment to search for Nastin. Nastin will discard our other 2 Darklords to special summon onto the field. Nastin effect, use the Banishment in the grave to search for Morning Star. Now, it's very important to understand that Contact will only special summon monsters in defense. So if you want to OTK someone, you're going to have to use your Morning Star. And if they have no effect monsters in the field for you to perform additional special summons, you will need a Nastin special summon from your hand in attack position. Now we're going to use Ygopro to copy the Contact in the grave to special summon Uka back on the field. Uka back, send a Contact from the deck to the grave. Tribute summon for a Morning Star. Beat down, just like that, lethal! We are going to open up with Ygopro, draw 2 cards, banishment, search for the spell to special summon her from the grave. Activate Contact, come forth Ygopro. Ygopro is going to copy the banishment to search for a Nastin. Nastin, discard the Ygopro and the banishment to come forth onto the field. Do not discard your Morning Star. We do not have a way to add it back unless you play AM Dusk. Now we have the trap in the hand. We're going to set it. Pass to you. Summons a Twin Barrel Dragon, which will threaten a card in the field. It will destroy it, but we will negate with the effect of the trap in the grave. Return back to the deck. Negate, gain 1700 life. Neos Fusion, summon a Brave Neos onto the field. We're going to use Ygopro in the end phase since he can't attack over any monster to special summon Ygopro onto the field. Come forth, Morning Star. Morning Star special summon 1 monster from the deck. We're gonna mill 3 from the deck, milling 2 banishment, beat down plus 900, take out the Twin Barrel, summons a Desperado from the hand, swing in on Desperado, activate the effect of Desperado, attempting to wipe our field, negate it with our trap by tributing our monster on the field, Bacon Saver protect, but then we have a second attack, searches for a Time Wizard with the effect of Desperado Barrel Dragon. Now, Time Wizard is threatening our entire field. We have to be very careful about that. Get ready. Activates Cup of Ace, draw 2 cards, Pot of Greed for Sartorius. Summons the Time Wizard, activates, threatening our entire field. We're going to use Tez to copy the trap from the grave. Negate the Time Wizard. You fool! He's going to follow up with a Neos Fusion, sending the Time Wizard from the field to the grave. Now he's got both of his monsters in defense. Morning Star Mill, activate Contact just to boost up our beatdown, have another monster in the field. Banishment, search for a Contact. Get ready. Plus 900, double attack onto the Brave Neos. He's double protected with double Neos Fusion in the grave, but how much longer can he last? He tributes for a Desperado Barrel Dragon, activates the effect. We're going to use Ygopro to copy the trap in the grave. Negate the Desperado Barrel Dragon. So we got 1 negate on the Barrel Dragon. How many more negates do we need? Beat down plus 900, swing in, activates the effect to wipe our field. We negate the effect to wipe our field, returning the trap from the grave back into the deck. Take out the Barrel Dragon. Then he summons another Barrel Dragon from the hand. Also the effect in the grave to search for a coin card. Searches for Temperance, which negates battle damage. Now we have Desperado, number 2 on the field. Swing in on it, activates his effect, threatening our entire field. Use the trap on the field to send an Uka back from the hand to the grave to negate the effect. Go in for lethal, but protects with the Temperance. Rips a card into cannon, discards it, searches for Edge. Edge on summon, equip the cannon, 2400 attack, and attack directly for 12. Absolutely useless. We negate the effect of attacking directly, then he honorable Sudokus into our Morning Star. That's it for my Darklord video. Make sure you check out the MCS this Saturday. Thousands of dollars, the best players around the world, even from Japan, are going to come together, and we're going to see the best way to play Darklords, or maybe even Fortune Ladies, or maybe Flower Cardians. Flower Cardians is coming up next, by the way. 1 p.m. EST, twitch.tv/Duel Links Meta. September 7th on Saturday. Mark your calendar.